Do crane gunners stand tall? In patch 8.0, it's not really a matter of height, it's the length of their shots. Even though in game terms, Jezzail's came first, in lore the crane gunners were the original version, and Cathay can use them very well. Let's look at how they are a source of damage and a force multiplier, a sniper team that earns its gold value back and then some. Recruited for 1000 gold and 300 upkeep, that's a lot of gold to make back. But we'll get there. The teams are counted as 32 entities with 4,320 health between them, or 135 per. Armor of 30 is very ordinary. Gold grade shields with 65% missile block chance are eye-poppingly top tier. So, archers and crossbowmen will still wreck them, eventually. But the process will be slowed down a lot. Leadership of 50 is nothing exceptional. Speed 30 and charge speed 32 means a lot less nimble than Skaven might be. Melee attack 12 is as low as we feared, attack interval 4.3 seconds, no splash damage. Melee defense of 18 is honestly better than I expected, but given the shields don't block ordinary swords per se, melee is still to be avoided, basically at all costs. Weapon strength 24 is split base 21 and armor piercing 3, which would almost be adequate if it wasn't a 32 entity unit, and it is such a unit. Charge bonus is a measly 2, and mass is 150. For ranged, the mouth-watering part, ammunition 22 is painfully orthodox. Range 275 is quite strong out of the Bastion Gate. Each bullet fired inflicts the shield breaker contact effect to make enemy shields block missiles 24% less of the time. This helps all your missiles except grenades and artillery, so it's a force multiplier. Here, the damage is base 6, armor piercing 35, so increases to base damage are virtually irrelevant to it. It's one shot per volley per entity, reload time 12 seconds default, which isn't even that bad. Total accuracy 20 to start with, and increases with veterancy, calibration distance 150 meters, meaning it's less accurate the further out from that it gets. Calibration area 0.6 meters means it's ridiculously accurate by default and only gets tighter and better as ranks rise. There is a medium penetration cap and a max targets penetrated after the first of 1, but that's still enough to help perforate ordinary infantry units an extra amount. By default, the unit has no special abilities. Battle Harmony Yin is a minimum of leadership plus 4, speed plus 4%, and reload skill plus 12. At max, Dragon Lord Augmented Harmony, it's plus 8 leadership, plus 8% speed, and plus 24 reload skill, roughly equal to reload time reduction percentage. This is obviously a very big deal, so get those Yang units within 55 meters to activate the buff. The more bullets you get downrange before the enemy closes, the better. To build a Cathay lore to use crane gunners at elite levels, Eastern Fires at 3 pips gives you ammunition plus 20% and missile strength plus 8%. A rising missile strength tide raises base and AP damage alike. At rank 7 and up, Fast Hands will slap on plus 6% more missile strength, 10% reload time reduction, and plus 15% missile resistance versus artillery and whatever regular stuff slips around the big bad shields. In the Cathay tech tree, of course, Moon Reflecting gives leadership plus 4 and missile strength plus 10% as soon as turn 3 potentially. What's very specific to crane gunners is the tech crane sights, granting plus 4 armor piercing damage to each shot before missile strength boosts it further. Boost that value further. Reload time reduction 10% more for them, and if they are rank 7 and above, they can get Vanguard deployment regardless of the Lord's build. Yin Defense adds plus 10 armor, plus 6 leadership, and ammunition plus 15% for being a missile unit, and Yin Hex helps upkeep, recruit rank, and slaps on plus 4 melee defense for extra security. So how do we use crane gunners to devastate lords, heroes, monsters, armored infantry, and so on? Well, you set them up in a relatively safe place with harmony bonuses active and let them cook. Stretching the battlefield can be difficult at times, creating enough gaps in a line to let them fire more easily while keeping the gunners relatively safe can be challenging, and avoiding getting them smacked by cannonballs can take some work, but this is the unit that can strip the enemy of valuable units like a master pickpocket, separates tourists from their wallets. It's too good, too reliable, and too much high accuracy armor piercing DPS to waste it on chaff if at all possible. You want to take aim at the valuable stuff and hit it hard, even if it's a lord with a tower shield. they'll make every single crossbow bolt more effective against that lord, too. This is an all-or-nothing proposition in terms of keeping melee units off the crane gunners, but the potential upside is so tall, it is worth altering your tactics to provide this unit with extra protection. If it's facing the right way, it will devastate flyers, drive Varghulfs closer to disintegration, take war machines out of contention, and dethrone the likes of Tamarkan from champion status. But be acutely aware that this is a scalpel, and it is not your preferred option against cheap troops. Also, spellcasters love to slip into cheap units to hide, and that creates problems for you, so be prepared to deal with that. As I said, they need time to cook. For instant close-range damage, Iron Hail Gunners are flat out better. Grenadiers dominate the anti-chaff role in comparison to both. The easiest combinations are very simple. The Alchemist using the Piercing Area of Effect buff to drive up raw damage, and slapping on Magical Attack part-time or full-time, and the Gatemaster, whose Gorrock Immovable Object cosplay can crank Crane Gunner ranges up to ridiculous levels. Yeah, it's a little less accurate, no one cares. You'll be spanking both Sisters of Twilight simultaneously with this setup. Also, Gatemasters are good at taking hits you would prefer not taken by the Crane Gunners, so there's that, too. As long as you have a plan for the things the long-range Scalpel can't cut out in a given time frame, they will reward you. Finally, because they needed an extra feature on top of having reload time boostable to huge improvement levels, they can set up on top of friendly city walls also. Garrisons don't exactly come equipped with them normally, so add an army with one and try it out sometimes. Take care and have fun using Chaos Warriors as target practice. Even Chosen will feel a lot less favored by the Ruinous powers when they're getting shredded by AP Shieldbreaker bullets at long range.